Hello, family. Most welcome once again. Well, are you a firstborn or are you that responsible child? I mean, you started taking care of your siblings when you were young at home, or you were a firstborn and your parents were absent from home, very far away, or perhaps they were very busy doing a lot of things. Now, as always a responsible child, it means something went wrong with your parents. So you started taking care of your siblings. And remember, your siblings were young and they were depending on you. They were depending on you not just for physical needs, but they were depending on you for emotional needs. They were depending on you for advice. They were depending on you for physical needs. They were depending on you for social support. They were depending on you for almost each and everything. Guidance. And so you learned to give. In fact, you were putting your siblings first. You always put yourself last. And that was so good. Congratulations, perhaps. I first want to appreciate you because it's not an easy thing to do. Or even society started calling you the strong child. If you were a boy, wow, that's a real man growing. If you were a girl, wow, that's a good girl. That's a strong girl growing. She's going to be a very good marriage material. And sort of it brought fulfillment to you. Or you were stretched, but you had no option, you had no choice. You really had to take care of your siblings. Or some of you even started taking care of your parents. You assumed the role of your parent. Your parents perhaps were busy with alcohol, or they were just not doing their role as parents. So on top of taking care of the siblings, you even started taking care of your parents or your mother, just one parent. Some parents can be drunkards, addicts to alcohol. So you manage them. So you help them. So they do not only depend on you for money for drinking, they also depend on you for money for food. They also depend on you for emotional support. They cry, you're supposed to console them. That's the kind of atmosphere or environment where you grew up from. And now you are mature, you're old enough. That was a good thing to do. But to be honest with you, you are wounded. Of course, here, we are talking about psychological wounds. And now, I'm going to show you. Perhaps you've grown up now, and in your relationships as an adult, you are still the giver, which is not a problem, but there's an issue. You don't have boundaries. You give to everyone. You always find it hard to say no. And so you are always left dry, you are always left burdened, and you feel like you are exhausted of always giving. And to make matters worse, the people you are giving don't care about you. Remember, they say it is always givers to put boundaries because takers do not put boundaries. They will always take and take and take and take. So you notice that the people you seem to be giving don't care about you. Remember, now you are into the predatory world, society. They don't care. These ones are no longer your siblings, but unconsciously you still treat them like your siblings. That's not even what is worse. What is the worst thing? You are trying to look for love, but you seem to be attracted to people who are needy. Haven't you seen women keeping a man inside her house, paying bills for him, financing his lifestyle, and he is the man? And she's okay with it. Usually these women are firstborn daughters or the one who underwent what you have just described. She became the responsible child. Or if you were a man, you are always attracted to women who seem to be in situations. Especially if you were young and you started taking care of your mother because your father was not there. Perhaps she was a single mother and she was vulnerable, she was suffering. So you stepped up to always help her. You stepped up to always provide for her. You stepped up to always being there for her. And now you seem to be attracted or attracting women who seem to be in a situation. Perhaps she's a university student who is desperate and struggling to finish her fees. And you come in and you think she's going to see that as love. You don't know you're playing a parental role in her life. And that's how she sees you. Even if you make advances for love, when she graduates, she definitely leaves you and goes for someone she resonates and connects with. This is the problem I was talking about. One, you don't have boundaries. You find it hard to tell people no. You always give because you were preconditioned and conditioned to give. Which means you have to learn to draw boundaries, to always get to know the difference between being nice and being kind. Being kind means you give people the treatment that they deserve as human beings. But don't forget that people always have levels. You don't always give even people who don't deserve. So you forget yourself and give to people. That is being nice. You're trying to please the other ones because you don't want to be called selfish. In fact, it's coming from deep fear. You see where the problem is? So you need to learn boundaries to solve that problem. Secondly, you don't know how to ask. You find it offensive. Remember, when you were treating your siblings, you could not ask from them. They were vulnerable. They were depending on you. So there was no one to give you. Or you couldn't even ask them because they were children. Your mother was vulnerable. Your father was vulnerable. And they were depending on you. So how could you ask for help? How could you ask for anything from them? But now you are an adult, and remember, you also have to ask for things in adult relationships. Your problem is you don't know how to ask. So people always think you are okay when you don't ask. Remember. So you don't know how to ask. That's a second problem with you. You need to learn it. Just ask for what you need. There is no crime. You will have to learn it. It's going to be offensive and it will feel weird for you, but you have to learn it. You have to learn it. Otherwise, they will take and take and take and take from you. And the last problem is you are always attracted to people who are needy. Because the vibe, the impression you give out to the world seems to be telling people that you are ready to just give. That is why you are attracted to people who have situations. First, you need to understand that it's not always your duty to fix every situation. And in adult relationships now, you also need someone to pour into you. So you need to have boundaries. You need to notice that someone is in a situation. Do not mistake it for love. Okay? Because your unconscious is still directing you to people who look like your siblings or your dependent parent. It's your unconscious playing this game against you. So you need to bring that to your awareness. This person. You need to do that before you commit. Otherwise, you're going to be taken advantage of. Needy people. Your life will be like a garage. What is a garage? Where they always take cars that have mechanical problems. But guess what? After those cars are worked upon, they are taken back. So people come to the garage when they have problems. After their problems are solved, they go back to their own lives. Or a hospital, where people come when they are not feeling well. Once they feel well, they leave. So your life will become a garage or a hospital where people come when they are needy. Once you give them what they want, they leave you. And you will feel empty for the rest of your life. I don't want this for you. That's why I want you to learn boundaries, learn to ask for it, and learn to treat people for who they are. Don't always project your goodness to people. I hope this was helpful. Cheers. See you in the next video.